Looks like everyone upped and left in the night. Strange. I've got goosebumps all of a sudden, despite the heat. I'm getting something of a horrible feeling here. I'd better get a move on so I can reach the Lake Basoptui camp before nightfall.
Come, gather round, and have the piss taken out of you by a crazy lady with a megaphone.
Oh, I like it. Airport terminal, Africa style. A little bit too rustic for my taste. Where's the air-conditioned bar and duty-free shop? Now then, any juice left in these at all? Airport terminal, Africa style. A little bit too Well, okay, I'll take it with me. But be aware that this is non-alcoholic piss water. It's screwed tightly to the column. The pocket knife only has this one blade, but it's extremely versatile. I can unscrew screws with it, for example. Just two admittedly unfortunate words. Cat allergy. Sits around all day. Probably shows up for food and fondling. Men. Hello, Mr. Kitty. How about an interview? Thank you for the profound discussion. I'll hold the megaphone close to the voice recorder speaker. Now I'll put the used batteries into the voice recorder. I'll pull out a thread. In fact, this cap is such a waste of space, I'll throw the rest away. The camp lies northeast from here. That's where we want to be headed. Where's that perverse stink coming from? Oh, right. Pumbaa. They may be cute in cartoon form, but in the real world, those warthog tusks should not be underestimated. Okay, away we go. Sing Hakuna Matata for me then. Perhaps the pig's got a cat allergy as well.
Hello.
Success. Straight and long. Could be useful. Ants. I must have scared him up. Looks like a rod, with neither a hook nor bait. One long hook thing coming right up. just like in the adventure movies. So, what do we have? Great. The guide rope on the right-hand side of the bridge is broken. That's all I need. I can't get across with it like that. I need to repair the rope first. There's a tool bag hanging down there. I hope nobody left it there when they took the express route to the bottom. Come to Mama. Well, what have we got here then? A limp sock. Reminds me of my ex. You know what? Enough of that. Crates of provisions. Well, I'm not gonna starve to death here, that's for sure. I'm not that hungry yet. The wrench fits. Now, let's just hope the mast doesn't fall when I remove the connector. How about that? Rope connector gone, mast still standing. A woman needs a little luck sometimes. A prime example of a professional bodge job. Let's see. This can't be all that difficult. That ought to hold. Whoa, what a mess. Who did this? Hello? Professor Hartman? Strange. No one here. What the hell happened? I ought to take a look around. The working range of this sensor is 160 degrees. Now, I ought to make a fire. It'll keep me safe tonight, from the cold and whatever else is out there. Let's get cozy. Feels kind of locked. The wrench fits inside the pipe. The crank is missing. The laws of leverage are your friends. My favorite occupation, plundering. Mostly fruit and veg. I'll leave that here and take everything else. The mobile solar charger has to be assembled before it can be used. Bearing in mind I don't like puzzles, I've rather nailed that one, haven't I? Uh-huh. It fits. The professor received this letter from his wife on their wedding anniversary. Turns out married, middle-aged people have very little of interest to say to one another. I'll check the first aid kit. I'll connect the solar charger to the laptop. I'll put the laptop and the solar charger here in the sun. The perfect place. Ugh, the laptop's protected by a code. It's stuck pretty fast. I need something to scrape it off. Might leave a scratch, but the ends justify the means. Is that just the manufacturer's logo? It looks like wedding bands or something. Looks like some kind of diary. Sounds promising. Viruses that are responsible for evolutionary leaps? That story would be an absolute scoop. Now, is there any truth to these ghost stories? Shit. Looks like it's quite possible they're close by here. I need to be careful. At least I now know where I can find the professor. Only now all that's missing is any clue to where this Christian mission is. No saved mail. And if I was going to send or receive any, then I'd also need an internet connection. This is where Hartman saved the pictorial info from the current expedition. The map of the camp. A map of the region to the south of the Basumtwi. Aha! That over there to the west has to be the mission that Hartman wrote about in his notes. No forecast without the internet. And I don't need a laptop to see how the weather is right now. The map of the camp. It doesn't make sense to set off for the mission now. I don't want to be wandering about in the jungle after dark. I'll spend the night here in the camp. Chasing after our scientists will have to wait until tomorrow. I'll set up the motion sensors and build a nice big fire to keep the beasties at bay. This sensor has a working range of 120 degrees. This sensor has a working range of 75 degrees. A sensor with a working range of 90 degrees. This sensor has a working range of 120 degrees. I'm thinking that the sensor belongs on top of the stand. working range of this sensor is 160 degrees. I'll try it with another sensor. This sensor has a working range of 120 degrees. I'm thinking that the sensor belongs on top of the stand. A sensor with a working range of 90 degrees. I'm thinking that the sensor belongs on top of the stand. A sensor with a working range of 90 degrees. I'm thinking that the sensor belongs on top of the stand. Looks like the sensors are set up according to plan. There. All done. Now I'm gonna get some shut-eye. And in the morning, I'll head to the mission and track down this research team. What are they? Animals? Nasty. I need to scare them off somehow. Maybe it'll give them a fright. They're gone. Hopefully they're gonna stay gone too. It won't be too long now until sunrise. What a night. I never got back to sleep. What were those things? Hey, maybe I caught them on camera. What the? In all the horror movies I've ever watched, I've never seen anything like this.